Hello, my math friends. The first thing you're going to do is open in your book creator journals to your winter map progress. If you didn't get to finish your test when we tested as a class, then just watch and follow along so you know how to do your reflection once your test is completed. So when you look at your score, what you're going to do is you're going to see two graphs if you took it in the fall, and here's the winter. Remember, this score up here is your target. Everybody's is different. This is the target we want you to hit by the end of the year. If your score in the winter dropped down a little bit, like this student did, that's okay. We're just looking at progress over the whole year. If it dropped by a bunch of points, then maybe think if you put in your best effort. But most of you have shown progress or just dropped a little bit. Remember, the yellow over here are areas of relative weakness. What that means is those are areas you can work on improving just by a little bit. The green over here are your strengths. So these are areas that you did better at. Like this student improved in geometry, but went down a little bit in computation and problem solving from the fall to the spring. So this is what you're going to use to write your goal. For example, this student's score shows that they did well in algebraic concepts, so they would write that in here. So here they wrote in what they did well in the green, algebraic concepts and geometry. This student's goal for the winter map test, they're going to look at those yellow areas. Might be measurement, that's something we haven't covered yet this year, data, statistics, probability, or it could be computation and problem solving. And they're going to make a goal. You don't have to pick all of them, but I'd like you to pick two. So you might say my goal for my winter map is to improve on my measurement and probability. So you're going to write here, I will do this by, and make sure you're going to write in there how you're going to practice in Khan Academy. So see here, I wrote my goal. I will do this by practicing volume, surface area, and probability in Khan Academy. Go ahead and do your goal now. So what I'd like you to do now is look here. If measurement was an area, for example, I would look in this measurement section and I'm going to pick something that I know I need to work on. For example, I might not remember about volume, so I'm going to pick volume on surface area. So pick exactly in there, and my other section was probability. So I'm going to pick probability. So pick those exact words in there to write your goal. Once you're finished with your goal, you can open to Notability or take out notebook paper to try these following questions. So you're going to express each rate as a unit rate. Remember, what does unit rate mean? 1, the amount per 1, and round to the nearest tenth or nearest cent if it's necessary. So let's take a look here. I have 176 new employees in 22 years. So I'm going to set up my ratio. And how do I find unit rate? That's right, divide. Go ahead, do your division and then check it with me. When you divided, you should have gotten 8. So this means there's 8 new employees for every 1 year. Okay, let's go ahead and try the next one. We have 34 yards in 6 costumes. So set up your ratio. Go ahead, do your division now and then check it with mine. When you divided here, we notice we get a repeating decimal. So if we have a repeating decimal, remember, round to the nearest tenth. So 5.7 yards for every 1 costume. Okay, here we need to write each ratio as a fraction in simplest form. So I'm going to set up my ratio, 56 pencils for 64 erasers. Go ahead and simplify yours now. You could have simplified any way here, but we end up getting 7 pencils to 8 erasers. So as long as you get down to your final answer here, it doesn't matter how you simplified it. Okay, go ahead and try the next one. Tell me what you get for number 2. You should end up getting 5 calculators to 4 students. Remember, some of you are going to be like, it's an improper fraction. Remember, this is a ratio. So you need to leave it as improper so we can see it's calculators to students. Okay, go ahead and try to solve this proportion. Pause the video and see what you can get. When you multiply this side, we get 1.3. So then I need to circle my other wing here. 1.3 times something's going to get me to 1.3. So I need to figure out what it is. So I'm going to divide and divide. And you might have just seen that r equals 1 here. Go ahead and try this next side. Pause the video and tell me what you get for you. You should have set yours up like this here. And then we're going to divide by 25 to figure out what u equals. So set up your division. Once you divide, it went in 19 times. I bring down that 0 and it goes in twice. So u equals 19.2 here. Okay, let's take a look at this last question. Kate is following a recipe for cookies that consists of 4 cups of flour and 3 teaspoons of oil. How much oil does she need if she has 24 cups of flour? So I'm going to set up my ratios. 4 cups of flour to 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to put the 24 on top because that's where the flour goes. I need to figure out the oil, so I'm going to put an O for oil. Go ahead now, you see if you can use your cross multiplying to figure out what the oil stands for. You should have gotten 72 when you multiplied here. And my other wing has to equal 72. So 4 times O is going to equal 72. I divide. When I divide here, you should have gotten 18. So we need 18 teaspoons of oil. Nice job. Now that you're finished, go ahead and start on your study guide. Don't forget, submit to Canvas. Thanks for watching.